Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here bringing you episode 7 of Chainsaw Man.
So quickly, I just want to go over again your theory that the fear can be from devils as well. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because there is a real reason to fear Denji. If I were a devil, I would not operate in a country he lived in, a place where he visited, a place he mentioned, because he used the devil to sustain him by eating it as he fought, making the devil's size actually act as a disadvantage instead of the advantage that it should have been. Mad.
I even like the joke that he made that I'm winning the Nobel Prize, I'm a perpetual motion machine. I thought that was hilarious, a quick wit. I mean, I thought it was slightly out of character because of Denji's upbringing and education, but it was completely perfect.
Agreed.
Yeah, so Denji basically realized that if he drinks the blood of devils, he gets regenerated and that will force him to carry on the fight. So any fight that Denji basically has is a war of attrition. And if you haven't got time or you're a bit pain, like you're susceptible to pain, this is not a fight for you. Like Ruka said, if Denji even sniffed in the location that you're thinking about staying, go stay somewhere else. Because this guy is a problem and he just proved that he can fight 3 days straight, no sleep, no food, except for the blood of the devil, and carry on the beat down that he gave him. So much so that the devil itself said, you know what, I'm done. Please kill me now. It's over. Please, please. How you having a big ass devil like that begging you to kill it? That's mad. That is mad.
It's like what you hear about torture, that literally everyone will break at some point because everyone has a limit of how much they can take, and that's basically what Denji is using against the devil here. And Himeno looked at him and now she wants him to stay alive so that he can hunt the gun devil. Basically, she's hoping that this will save Aki's life because she doesn't believe that Aki can really do this on his own. Aki doesn't believe he can do it on his own. Also, I really did like the way that Power was looking at the fight. Usually she laughs at things like this, but she was actually genuinely worried for Denji, reiterating the fact that this friendship between her, Denji, and Aki is really coming together, even though they're characters that should never get along with each other.
It's very true. One devil offshoot, and the person who actually indiscriminately hates devils. Like, you can't make this joke up.
Right. So with Himeno, she's clearly in love with Aki. We've mentioned this already, but again, it makes me question his love for Maki, because to me, it really doesn't make sense, and it hasn't made sense since it was brought to me, and that was as soon as Aki's character was introduced. The memories that he shares with Himeno, his body language towards her when they're together, it all points towards them being in love with each other, but they're not. Maki's in this, but then on the flip side, I've seen nothing that points to why he'd even like Maki, even be attracted to her. I get that she's an attractive character, I get she has titties. To me, it just doesn't make sense. It keeps making me refer back to this whole thing. Is Maki a fiend? I just can't get her eyes out of my head. Her eyes are the same as Power's eyes, basically, and Power is a fiend. I don't know if I'm reaching or not, but I'm thinking that she might be able to see into a person's desires and make them believe that she can fulfill them. Like we were saying before, when she kept talking about like knowing what someone wants, and the fact that she knew exactly. I know that Denji's not like a hard person to understand because he's quite simple, but she gave him exactly what he wanted. And then again with Aki, the gun devil is the one thing that's motivating him, and she somehow has this clump of the gun devil. I don't know, I just feel like maybe she's somehow manipulating people's thoughts or their feelings slightly to get what she wants out of the situation. Like, I feel like it might be some kind of mind altering and some sort of fulfillment of deep-seated desire.
I never thought of it that way, but I do have my own sort of theories about it. And Ruka, like, I'm not gonna lie, you probably tapped into something, and maybe both our theories kind of coalesce in some way. Look, my theory is simple. Makima is the sort of person that is completely honest and transparent. Also, we don't know what Aki knows about Makima. She might have shown him her true powers, and he might have said, yeah, bet, you're the kind of person I need for this gun devil. Do you get what I mean? It might be as simple as that. Because as you said, There's only two people that seem to be head over heels for Makima. Why not use the power on power? Power doesn't seem to have that kind of allure or attraction to Makima. Himeno damn right hates her, and everyone said that they haven't seen her in person. So do you get what I mean? Wouldn't you have total control if you had that kind of ability over like everyone? I'm just saying that's what I would do. Maybe she's smarter than me and has her own agenda here and there. But in terms of that, I think it's more transactional. It's a case where she's like, look, you want the gun demon, I have access to the gun demon. Work for me as hard as you can. And then he fell in love with her beauty and her strikingness, maybe.
That just doesn't feel like Aki's character. Like, it doesn't fit.
Denji doesn't seem to be in love with Makima. He just wants Makima on the base primal level. That so far I've seen. There's no talk about her personality, no talk about actually wanting to be with her, nothing like that. All it is I want kiss and I want to touch titties. Do you get what I mean? And he was so quick to dash it to the side when Himeno said, I'm guaranteeing you a kiss. And right now, Himeno's offering a lot more than a kiss. So I think Denji's like every other dog. Like, if you stroke them nice or pet them well, they're putting in your hand. I think it's that sort of situation. I think you're reading into it a little bit too much based on little information. However, I can't say that you're wrong in the sense that I just don't know. But it's an interesting take. I like it.
Okay, maybe I am reaching, but something's telling me that I'm not. Her eyes, it's missing something for me.
Yeah, it's
missing a whole lot. And I think that she's doing something to manipulate them. Obviously, Denji's easy, like we've already said. It doesn't take too much, but I don't know. Okay, whatever. Let's just move on.
I want to talk more about Himeno, to be fair. Because I feel there's a whole deep character here. Like, she's clearly made herself broken in order to be better at her job. And on top of that, remember, Denji said in the party that he's 16 and he's drank nothing but tea. Now, an argument could be said that when they exchanged their first kiss, some alcoholic transference occurred. But Denji seemed a little bit too dizzy and a little bit too drunk for me. I don't know. He got spiked, I think, personally. Am I reading too much now?
No, he said he only had tea. I mean, he could have lied, but it did look like it was a different colour to the rest of the drinks that were there. He kept saying he was dizzy, he was asking for water. I mean, he threw up a lot, but I don't know. Something is weird about that.
Yeah, and Denji says he's 16. Like, we don't actually know his age. He doesn't know his age. So we can't say that he's definitively 16. But I, for one, as a person, when someone tells me, oh, I'm 16, I'm like, okay, cool. Nope. Right out of that situation. Do you get what I mean? Like, but Himeno stayed. Is she a wrong'un? I don't know.
The way no one seemed to give a crap is making me think that maybe the age of consent is slightly lower. Haven't looked into it. Only perverts look into the age of consent in a given country.
Wow.
So Denji did have his first kiss with Himeno, and it was the worst, as Himeno is so drunk that she throws up in his mouth.
Oh.
And then she takes the drunk Denji home, as you've already said, and it's implied that they go all the way, but we won't know until the next episode. And Himeno also expresses that she's tired of everyone wanting Maki. I feel like that's probably part of the reason why she's throwing herself at Denji. And also she does want Aki to be kept safe as well. Himeno also alludes to not trusting Maki or her intentions with Denji and suggests getting her drunk to find out what she's up to, which actually ends up backfiring because Aki ends up drunk and Himeno ends up drunk, and the only person completely sober by the end of it is Maki,
who then orders another beer as well just to take the piss.
Okay, this might be reaching, but you said something might have happened to Denji. I don't know why she would want to do it. However, throughout his interactions with Himeno, she was giving Denji complete eye contact. We know that she's not really interested in Denji in that way. And I don't know, I just really think that she is a fiend and not a person, and that she has some kind of influence over other people.
I think you mean Makima here, right?
Yeah.
You said Himeno, so just...
No, I said during him being with Himeno.
Right, okay, sorry.
And I don't know if I messed up, but what I was saying is while he was with Himeno kissing and that whole thing, Makima was giving him eye contact. I don't know.
You know what?
Call me crazy,
no,
but...
I don't think you're crazy.
Something about this woman is just...
I get why you feel this way, and I feel like in the future episodes we're going to find out. But as for me, not enough evidence yet has come to light for me to agree or disagree with you.
Okay.
But as I said, it's a very interesting take. You could be right here, you know. So yeah, Himeno, I don't know. I'm a little bit wary about people like Himeno. I mean, Denji was drunk, you took him home. You know what I mean? Like, rather than tuck him into his own bed, like, I don't know. People like that,
I mean, she was completely obliterated. To me, there was many people that were at that
I agree.
event, and a lot of them were sober enough to step in and should have. Denji was passed out, and Himeno was so drunk, like she was ridiculously drunk, and she was still drunk when they got to her house. She actually said, "Denji, how did you get here?" That's how drunk she is. She carried him on her back, got home with him and said, "How are you here? Did I do this?" So to me, so many people could have stopped this. They even saw them and said like, "Oh, she's over there." Maki could have stopped it. Arai could have stopped it. All of those people then could have stopped it and should have.
Not Aki.
Because
Aki was wasted. Aki
exactly.
was wasted.
Aki was also very drunk. The three of them were drunk. I feel like the rest of the group should have stepped in and made sure that they arrived home safely. I feel like if you arrive as a group and people get drunk, everyone that's there, make sure your friends get home safe. Like, is it hard?
Boy, I know a lot of friends that aren't like that, and we are no longer friends. So that's it, innit? Simple as. I'm always that sober friend, innit?
So I feel like it's really effed up that after 3 days being trapped in the hotel, they exit the hotel and there's no one there. No cavalry. Nobody tried to find out why they were missing for 3 days when they were just looking for one tiny piece of the gun devil. Nobody even came to see if they needed to be scraped up off the pavement. Not one person. That's a bullshit work environment, for real. Like, no, I quit.
So you complain to HR? Like, come on, guy. They already know what job they got into. Public safety means you're not safe.
And of course, I cannot end this without talking about Kabeni. She had the nerve to not only yell it wasn't her fault after stabbing Aki, but didn't apologize to anyone for her actions. Although she's meant to be quitting, she might decide to stay instead, but I'm really hoping she quits and f***s off forever. And I also don't think it was helpful that the team just decided to brush off everything that she did and no one addressed how she put everyone in danger. Because just from a standpoint of she might, she's thinking about quitting, but she might stay. Something needs to be addressed so that she does not do this again. What she did was so harmful to so many people in her team. She is a liability. So that needs to be addressed. She needs to have some extra training before she goes back into the field.
That goes without saying, but I'm guessing that this team, i.e. the public safety, is so small that they'll have anyone. It's one of them kind of situations. And the prerequisite must be that you have a contract. You have a contract with a devil of some sort. And if a devil's willing to make a contract with you, because apparently these look like it's hard to come by. If they're willing to make a contract with you to help, kill other devils, then I guess you're in, no matter how problematic you are. Eventually, I guess you get killed anyway. So do you get what I mean? Just don't group them up again. But you're obviously going to. It is a problem, but how do you fix a problem like Maria? Do you get what I mean?
Except for Con, because he's a hoe. He'll contract with any human, as we heard already.
What a contract!
So, what would you rate this episode?
I really like this episode. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
For me, it's a 6.5 because it was like the wind down to the end of an arc. And also, I found there to be some boring moments. It's one of those episodes where it's just, it's kind of chill before they start the next arc. So, 6.5. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And if you made it this far, we really do appreciate you.
Hit us up at Bomb Anime Insta.
Peace.